It's a 24-hour readathon. You guys know the drill. Hi, I'm Sive. It's self-explanatory. I'm gonna be seeing how much I can read over the next 24 hours. I'm about to go to church. I'm gonna come back and start my timer. Okay, so we're a little over an hour in, and I figured I should maybe tell you what I'm reading. I am reading Bad Girl Reputation by Elle Kennedy. I think I just always want to call her Elle King, like the singer. Anyways, it is a second chance kind of childhood romance. This is the second book in this Avalon Bay setting series. I read the first one earlier this month and was just really excited to pick this up, so when the loan came through, I've been reading it over the past week. I am maybe 70% of the way through it. I expect this will be the first book I finish today. It's not necessarily like I think as good as the first one. The girl's name is Genevieve and the guy's name is Evan. They basically had a really not good relationship and very on again, off again, fighting and then making up and then breaking up. So none of their friends are wanting them to get back together basically, but Genevieve left for a year to work on herself and now she's back because her mom died and she does not want to be back and she does not want to see Evan, but he was miserable when she left. And so he's trying to make himself a better person and win her back. Very quick read, so I'm enjoying that so far and I expect to be finishing that today and then move on to something else. All right, friends. I don't know if you can see that, but we are 2 hours in. No, we're 3 hours in. Just finished Bad Girl Reputation by Elle Kennedy, and I think I'm gonna give this a 3-star. It was extremely enjoyable, very entertaining, but it's not necessarily a new favorite romance. The biggest theme that I got from this book is that if you have a bad past and you've made poor decisions, it is not out of the realm of possibility to change and to grow. Having second chances being a theme in books will always be something I enjoy. And it's just if you don't believe that people can change, where is your faith in humanity? And it's just always hold on, giving people the benefit of the doubt in a healthy way with boundaries, of course, but I just really enjoyed this book because I love that concept. For the rest of the 24-hour readathon, I'm probably going to be mood reading, which means I have a few books that I'm kind of currently reading or in the middle of reading, and I'd love to make progress on all of them. Right now, though, I am in the mood to finish the book that you saw me go and pick up at my local bookstore, which is The Tainted Cup by Robert Jackson Bennett. Robert Jackson Bennett is an author that I have read 2 books from before. I'm halfway through the final book, Lachlan's, of his Founderside trilogy, and this is his 2024 release. It's the first in a new trilogy called Shadow of the Leviathan, and I'm really excited to get into this. I ideally would love to read 100 pages of this. If I get farther, great. But I'm gonna start this now, I think. I just read the first chapter of The Tainted Cup, and it's around 25 pages or so. So it is 5:15, and I'm not pulling an all-nighter, but I am gonna try and stay up late, wake up early, try to read as much as possible in this 24-hour period. So believe it or not, I'm making coffee. Yeah, here we are, and I'm genuinely thrilled to report that the first chapter, so good. The plot follows an investigator and her assistant, and right now we're in the assistant's POV. There's been a death, unfortunately, and in the assistant going to look at this death, we're learning a little bit about the world that, we're set in. And this death was not pretty. It sounds like there's a contagion that is a huge part of the society. Avoiding the contagion, how do we protect our society from the contagion or whatever. And it looks like this man might have died from that. Except there's maybe different versions of this contagion or how it manifests. This gentleman had a tree sprout through him. Yes, through him. Yes, that's what killed him. And our assistant, our lovely guy walking in, he's a young guy, maybe 20 or so. This is his first, he's only been doing this 4 months. The extent which this corpse is described is just like making my horror heart so happy. It's talking about like his jaw being visible, but like the top of his head is so encompassed in this tree. And like he looks down at the root and he's like, is that a femur? It's just like disgusting and I love it. Yeah, it sounds like there's a little secret, little something this gentleman might be hiding, and we are about to meet the lead investigator. Like I said, this is the guy we're in, his head is the assistant. So I'm excited and we'll see where this book takes us. I know where this coffee is taking me, and that is a beautiful thing. Jared's just left to go skate, and I'm going to sit outside and read on the front porch and just get some fresh air. I'm gonna probably try and do that till I hit like page 50 or something. I don't know. Even though it is hot out here, it is really nice, and the coffee is hitting. Guys, essentially I'm thrilled. I have taken quite a big break, I guess, from the fantasy genre. So I'm thrilled to say I'm really getting into this. I am at part 2 now, which is called The Breach. Part 1 was called The Man in the Tree, very fitting. And yeah, I read like 70 pages. I did hear from one other booktube reviewer that the relationship between the assistant and the investigator is very much like a Sherlock Watson type of dynamic, and I am agreeing with that so far. It's honestly like kind of comedic, the relief that the main investigator, she is a little bit spastic. She's been altered, which is something that can happen in this world. There are temporary alterations called gafts, and then there's I don't remember what it's called, but it starts with an S, and if I come upon it again, I'll tell you. But there's a more permanent, like, surgery type of thing that is an alteration as well. Yeah, this book is really good. I'm really enjoying it. The downside is, as beautiful as it is out here, it's 6:30 and it's still hot outside. Okay, I have obviously showered. I'm settling in now. I've got an ambiance room going, and I'm gonna get further into part 2 of the Tainted Cup. Okay, so I apologize if you can hear my dryer on in the background, but we are at 8:15 in the evening, which means I'm coming up on 8 hours of this 24-hour readathon, and I just wanted to go ahead and give you a little page count update because I don't think I ever told you how many pages I read of Bad Girl Reputation. This morning when I woke up, I know I was at page 120, but I did read a little bit this morning before I officially started this, so I don't know exactly, but I'm gonna attribute 40 pages read this morning. So if that's the case, I read 160 pages of Bad Girl Reputation to finish that today, and I also stopped a little early to chat to you because I'm at a chapter break here, The Tainted Cup by Robert Jackson Bennett, and I'm at chapter 11, which is page 100. So I've officially read 260 pages so far today. I am absolutely thrilled with that. I definitely wanted to make it to the 100-page mark. It was so much easier than I thought it was gonna be. I'm very encouraged. Looks like I have about 25 more pages until I reach part 3. So I'm 100% gonna get there tonight in this book, and then if I want to keep reading, I will, or if I switch over to something else, I'll let you know. I feel great. That coffee is hitting. I definitely feel energized. Yeah, 260 pages read, not bad. Well, I'm up and walking around because I'm about to make some tea. I'm getting tired. It is 10:40, a little over 10 hours into the readathon, and I have hit page 170. However, that does mean I'm starting to get tired. I think my goal would be to like make it to midnight and then I'll go to sleep and set an alarm early and like wake up. I'm more of a morning person than I am an evening night owl, but I do think this tea is going to help me, and I don't think I'm going to read laying down. I'm going to sit up. Those are my tactics and updates. I'm not going to make it to midnight. I thought I could, but I'm not doing it. It's 11:15 and I'm almost at the halfway point. I'm at page 193. I think there's 415 pages in this book. So yes, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm obviously loving the Tainted Cup. It's great, but I was just getting to a point that I wasn't like really comprehending what I was reading, and I was rereading pages and paragraphs a lot. So I just feel like it's time for me to go to bed. Good morning. I did try and get up about an hour ago, like 5:36. Didn't work out for me. It's 6:45 now. I am feeling a lot better rested and ready to do more reading. So we're gonna let this coffee brew. I'll probably at some point go on the front porch because our front porch does face the sunrise, and it comes up over these trees over a house farther away that is just beautiful. Just a little reminder, I started this at 1:20 in the afternoon. I've just slept from like 11:45 to 6:45, if you will. So that's 7 hours. I have like 6.5 hours left of reading to do. My updates are that we went to the gym because I was literally falling asleep on the couch and we walked around. I did some audiobook listening and I'll show you that later. I now have food and I'm really trying to gather the energy to finish this strong, but I won't lie to you, I am exhausted. So it is now 12:40. We are 40 minutes away from the end of this 24-hour readathon. This morning has not really gone how I wanted it to go. I was just exhausted. So I've been listening to The Kingdom, the Power, and the Glory by Tim Alberta while doing a few chores, and like I said, I went to the gym. So this is a nonfiction, and this gentleman is a Christian, and he has a political perspective as well. So the title, like I said, is The Kingdom, the Power, and the Glory, but the subtitle is American Evangelicals in an Age of Extremism, and I think it so far is just a kind of history setup, but I believe it's going to kind of be a breakdown of the relationship between the Republican Party and the Evangelical Church, recommended by my sister-in-law, and I'm giving it a shot. I have the audiobook free from Hoopla, and I've just been like reading the first 3 chapters or so. Like I said, are historical setup, and we're learning a lot about like the president of Liberty University for some reason. So I'm really hoping this ties into an overarching like analysis or like a critique. The prologue set it up like it was going to be that, so I'm hopeful that this is just set up at the moment. Anyways, I'm folding some laundry. I'm trying to stay up on my feet because I am really tired, but I did take like a 20 or 30 minute nap after we ate Chipotle. All right, it's 1:20. Wow, what a beautiful 24 hours. Totaling all the pages I read between The Kingdom, the Power, and the Glory, The Tainted Cup, and Bad Girl Reputation, I have read just shy of 500 pages. So I read the last 160 pages of Bad Girl Reputation. I read 260 pages of The Tainted Cup. I am thrilled about this. And then I read about 72 pages of The Kingdom, the Power, and the Glory on audio this morning while I was doing some chores and being at the gym. To the T, I read 492 pages. I'm so happy with that. Of course, I would love for it to have been a whole number, but it's okay. Though this morning did not go as I anticipated because I totally wanted to read a lot more of The Tainted Cup, I did read 60 pages this morning. I did a roundup of all the pages. I mentioned to you that I'm gonna give Bad Girl Reputation by Elle Kennedy 3 stars, I think is what I said, and I stand by that. Still definitely feel that way about that book. Very fun romance, but doesn't necessarily change my life. The Tainted Cup. I am still loving this. The mystery is so fast-paced, and of course I'm loving the characters. The world is just very interesting with this Leviathan kind of monster element that has been introduced. The rabbit hole's going deeper. The corruption that is probably, I'm anticipating, about to be revealed is just so much worse than I think any of these characters imagined, and I am here along for the ride. This is definitely the highlight because it is such an encouragement to me as I go into this fall season that I can read fantasy and sci-fi. It is a beloved genre of mine, and actually the genre that brought me back to reading in the first place. This is a huge win. The Kingdom, the Power, and the Glory, I talked to you about a little bit already. Not much more to say on this. Trying to kind of slowly read through this over the next 3 weeks or so. This is not going to be a sit-down, binge-it book. Yeah, thank you so much for joining me. Almost 500 pages read in this 24 hours is very, very good for me. I really hope you enjoyed this 24-hour readathon. I know I did. I will be doing these again. If you enjoy this and other bookish content, feel free to subscribe. I would love to have you. Let me know down below the last book that you binged. And other than that, have a great rest of your day. I will see you in the next video. Bye.